There are only three factors that have an effect over how good you are in this game, with 17 subcategories within them. If you want to start ranking up, hit diamond, and in general become a good player, you need to fulfill all three of them to a really good level. And this is what separates top players from the average. The problem here is that it's very hard to know about these things by yourself naturally, meaning it's so difficult to know them without being told. So here I made a fully structured video for you so that you can easily beat your competition and start ranking up faster than anyone in your rank starting from today.
By the way, if you want to hit diamond as soon as possible and you cannot wait to become a good player, check the first link in the description. I got a method for you that works, right? And everyone who followed it so far have got some sick results, and I'm talking like 200 elo literally like a day or two, okay? And you don't even need to put in that much effort or time, honestly. You just need things to click and you'll get some crazy results, literally the same results as these guys, right? So check it out right now.
I remember once I was in a call with a guy who got my coaching, and like I was trying to help him out to become better and stuff like that, right? And he ended up telling me how one of his friends had such a big confusion and like a rage moment was about ranking up in this game.
Bro, I got to a point where I was fucking obsessed about this shit, bro. Like, I was obsessed. I'm like, bro,
I don't blame you, man.
I'll do
Yeah.
anything to become like one of those guys, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's bad, man. I'm like,
Wait,
I was
wait,
playing
wait.
ranked with my buddy the other day too. We were playing ranked, and he's like, "Gee, who do I need to suck off to get higher elo?" I was dying. I was crying, man. That was so funny. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's losing it. He said, "Oda, if I had to, I'd suck off Oda." What's that guy? The guy from Brawlhalla. I don't know if you know who that is. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Then he started talking crap on him. He's like, he's so ugly, but I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. If I have to suck off an Ember main, I'll suck off an Ember main. I'm like, oh my god.
Bro, I don't know about you, but me personally, that's the type of confusion I had. Like, I'd be playing a lot of ranked, I'd be practicing, and maybe not that much ranked, but I was putting in the hours for sure, you know. I was putting in the hours, but seeing no results, right? But why is that the case? Because it's not about how many hours you play, but it's about what did you do during those hours. That was the missing piece for me, and it's probably the same thing here for you as well. The moment I changed what I did in my playtime and made it all dedicated to getting better, I saw some crazy results very, very fast, and I want you to experience the same thing as well, because I understand totally how negative it can be when you're trying to rank up but you just can't seem to do it. I totally understand that. No one wants to be there. Like, it's not really your fault, to be honest. It's just that as long as you follow the things that I teach you, you should be fine and ahead of most people in your rank. All I'm gonna say is that you'll start enjoying the game a lot more if you watch my videos, because it's a fact at this point. Like, people have got significant results from following my channel, and you will get the same thing as well. So what's the three factors we're talking about here? What are these three main important things that you need to focus on? First is how many hours you play. Second is what did you do during those hours, and this is probably the most important one here. And then the third one is what you do outside of playtime. So this one actually have the biggest impact, right? So these are the three main categories, and then they branch out afterwards into 17 subcategories. And I made a tier list for each thing you can do that have an effect over your gameplay. At the top we have the boosters. These are the things that give you an instant boost to your elo by at least like 100 or 200 the day you get them without changing anything. They are the best, right? Then we have the must do. If you want to improve, then you must do these things. After that we have the good ones. Okay, so these will help you improve and beat the people in your elo, but not as much as the ones above. Then we have the not bad, not good, and they are the things that you can do for sure if you want, but it's usually a big waste of time in my opinion, okay? And finally, the section that will make you worse. Simply, if you do any of these things, you are getting worse at the game, or at least you are stunned and you're not improving, right? You're not going up. So the first main category, which is hours you play, have only three subcategories in it, and they are consistency, playing casually, and playing a lot. So consistency is really good. I'll put it in the good section. I was planning on putting this in the must do, but the thing is, if you do everything else right, you don't really need to play every single day. But that's not realistic either, you know what I mean? So I would recommend that you stay consistent over anything else at first when you're like starting to improve, okay? And then once you know what you're doing, once you start getting results and stuff like that, you can kind of slow down a little bit with the days you play the game. Playing casually. Just like before, this depends on whether you know what you're doing or not. So if you're doing the right things, you can still improve even if you're playing casually. But if you do the wrong things, then you're getting worse for sure. So I'll put this in the not good, not bad section because it depends on whether you know what you're doing or not. Playing a lot. Now, I don't think there's a case to where you can actually get worse by playing a lot. Maybe you can get stunned and not improve. Maybe. But I don't think there is a case where you're actually like getting worse by playing a lot. Most of the time, if you play a lot, you will improve, right? There's no question about that. So this is going to the good section for sure. Now, the second main category we have here is your actions in game. So these are the things you do when you have the game open, right? There are 10 subcategories in here, and they are your replay analysis, your mental, sparring better players, your focus, ranked, friendly twos, customs with friends or for fun, experimental, raging, and finally practice in the training room. Generally speaking, these are the things you do when you open up the game, right? Let's start off with replay analysis, right? This is a must do if you want to improve. Most people make the same mistakes and they expect different outcomes. I don't know how is that making sense for some people, right? It doesn't work that way. If you make the same mistake over and over again, you will stay where you at. And the only way to get rid of them is through watching your replays. With time, you will be able to identify your mistakes much faster and come up with better solutions. Your mental. If you can get through the loss streaks and the shit players that piss you off the most in a calm way, you'll be ahead of most people. But I'm just gonna say that I know a couple of guys who are really good at the game, right, and they have a bad mental, so it's not really a must, right? Now, I'm not saying to not work on your mental, but just to let you know that if your mental is bad, you can still improve if you do the other things right, okay? It's just gonna be so much slower, like way slower, alright, than if you had like a good mental. So I'll put this in the good section. Spotting better players. Another must do if you want to improve. I personally don't think there is a faster way to rank up than sparring or like 1v1ing a player who's about 100 to maybe 200 elo above you. It's literally the fastest way to hit your next milestone, right? The only problem with this is that the higher you rank up, the harder it becomes to find good players to spar, and that's around like the 2200 mark. But anything below that, really, you should be able to find people very easily, okay? Friendly 2v2. Anyone who play friendly 2v2 at best, literally the best friendly 2v2 player is mid plat, okay? If you want to be lower than mid plat, then play friendly 2s, okay? Everyone in here is either gold or low plat, right? You don't want to be playing with these players if you want to be better than them. It's common sense, right? You play with gold, you will be gold. It's just how it works. So yeah, this is definitely going to the make you worse section, or at least stun your improvement. There's no way you improve and you're playing this shit, right? You will never ever improve in friendly 2v2. Practicing in the training room. I personally never really been a training room type of guy. I only used it back then when I was like practicing my reads and true combos for the first time when I started playing. But I just want to mention that I got some advice from high elo players saying that it's very helpful when it comes to warming up before starting, right? And same thing with Pavelski, he always warm up in the training room before playing. So I guess it can be helpful in that sense, but I'm not really sure about that because I've never really tried it myself. I just never really like gave it a shot, you know? So I'll put it in the good section. Ranked. Must do, no question asked. Ranked is a must if you want to improve. The amount of pros I spoke to, and they always say the same shit. Ranked, I always say the same thing as well. Play ranked, spam the shit out of that game mode, get 1,000 fucking win and you will improve, bro. If there's one thing or one advice that you're gonna take from my channel, please make sure it's ranked, okay? Play a lot of ranked. This is a must do. Focus. Focus is the amplifier of the final result that you get by playing ranked. I explain this in my ranked video, so you can check it out if you want. Let's say you get 100 wins in ranked, okay? And for every 100 wins, you move up by 50 elo, okay? If you get 100 wins, but now you're focused, what's gonna happen is that instead of going up by 50, you will now go up by like 100 or like 150, okay? So you can see how it speeds up the process by a ridiculous amount. I was planning on putting this in the good section, but because it has such a big return, I think it's a must in my opinion to play focus, right? The problem here is that you will only be able to unlock focus if you have like a good solid mental, right? And that you don't rage. So make sure you fix that first, okay? Customs with friends or just for fun. I personally don't think there's something more fun than customs, honestly, but it comes with a very big cost, which is your progress and improvement. When you play customs, you don't improve, okay? You either have fun and stay in the same elo, or you improve but you will not have as much fun, okay? Some retards right now is gonna comment, just play for fun, bro, why you play so serious? Bro, just go fuck yourself, honestly, man. Like, people who say this shit piss me off a lot, bro. Like, they're so retarded, bro. At least that's what I think, right? How can you have fun getting shit on every single game you play? Like, what? Bro, me personally, I can only have fun if I'm winning, if I'm like good at the fucking game, you know what I mean? Why would you ever press the attack button and attack your opponent if it's not for the win? How can you have fun like not winning and being average, getting shit on every single fucking game? Like, what? Bro, these people will make fun of us. They will look at me and you trying to get better at the game, and they'll throw all type of criticism at us. Like, for example, they will tell you like, fuck, get a life, bro. How are they telling us to get a life when they're playing the same game and they have the same hours, if not more hours than me and you? Like, what? Oh my fucking gosh. Just don't talk to these people, man. Anyway, yeah, I felt like I wanted to say that shit for so long, yeah. So I just said it. And by the way, when I say customs, I mean like playing with random people or with your friends, for example, or maybe playing on autopilot, playing with gadgets on, you're not thinking as much, you're not focused, and in general, you're basically like fucking around, right? You're basically like just playing for fun. But if you're sparring someone who's about 100 elo above you and you're focused with tournament maps on, gadgets off, and you're doing your best to win, then of course that's gonna help you, of course. Anyway, customs for fun is going to the make you worse section 100%. Experimental. Now this is actually a weird one because there is hidden elo in experimental, if you didn't know, which means that you will be fighting people who are at the same level as you, maybe slightly better, maybe slightly worse, right? But here is the thing though, you don't see the elo, which means that you will not be trying as hard as in ranked to win. Meaning, you are more likely to play on autopilot and brain dead, mouth breathing, which once again, it's something that stuns your improvement. So why would you ever play experimental when you can play ranked, right? Forget about warm-ups, forget about fun, forget about testing new gadgets. Bro, if you want to improve, literally launch the game and jump straight into ranked. Experimental is going to the not good, not bad section, which is a waste of fucking time. Raging. A very simple 2 questions that I want to ask you here. Have you ever had a win streak when you were raging? Now the second question is, have you ever had a loss streak when raging, right? The answer is yes, right? Don't bullshit yourself, okay? Do not bullshit yourself here. It's a yes. It's a yes. And that's because when you rage, you kill your ability to focus and you kill your ability to think. And those are the things that you need to win, okay? So you have to manage your anger at all costs. Raging is going to the make you worse section. Now let's cover the final section here, which is the third main category, which is the things you do outside of playtime. And these are the things that have an effect over your gameplay, and they are outside of playing. Like, it's not in game like the ones I've just mentioned, right? So they are analyzing pro players, your monitor, your health, watching guides, watching tournaments, and watching content creators, okay? Let's start off with analyzing pros. This is straight away going to the booster sections. You have to get better at watching and understanding what pro players do. They are always making good decisions. If you make the same decision as them, why would you ever lose a game? Do you know what I mean? So you need to learn how to watch their gameplay and ask yourself every single time, what does this pro player do in this specific situation? And then when you are in that situation in the future, make sure you do what they did, right? And you'll get better at this over time, right? It's fine if you struggle to apply it at the first try, like that's completely normal. It takes more than once to do this, but once you know how to do it, you'll be ranking up faster than anyone you know. I'm not even like exaggerating here, okay? You'll literally be ranking up faster than any person, any player you know, okay? Your monitor, again, another big ass booster. This is kind of sad, to be honest, because it's literally pay to win. You buy a better monitor, you go up an elo. It's fucking stupid, but what I would recommend is that if you are on 60 hertz right now, don't even think about getting a new monitor unless you're at least 2200, right? Get 2200 first and then buy a new monitor, okay? Because that's when it has like the biggest effect. If you're gold or plat, like a monitor will not change anything. It's gonna change it for you up until when you are like 2100, like 2200, right? Watching content creators. When I say content creators, I mean Brawlhalla Entertainment content creators, right? Now, I just want to make it clear, no offense to any content creator here, right? This is purely related to like the improvements, you know what I mean? Okay, so like, is it gonna help you improve or not, right? They're not bad people, of course they're not, right? But what I'm gonna say is that it's a waste of time, in my opinion, okay? Because why would you ever watch an entertainment video and waste time when you can watch a tournament or like a guide, for example, that's gonna help you improve, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can watch it for fun and stuff, but that's not why you really watch my videos. Like, you watch my channel because you want to get better at the game. So quit watching pointless videos, bro. If they are not helping you, why would you ever spend time watching them? Do you know, I've never really understood this fucking idea of like doing stuff for fun, bro. Fuck that weak shit. I've never really understood it anyway. Watching content creators is going to the not good, not bad section because you don't improve it. Because you simply don't improve when you do it, you know what I mean? Next is watching tournaments, right? So this one, for example, can be both fun to watch but also beneficial at the same time. So this is what I would actually advise you to do if you want to get better, because if you watch a tournament, you will improve, okay? It's inevitable, because you can literally be watching a tournament and you look at the pro player, you look at what he's doing, and you have an idea of like wanting to apply that thing in game, and when you apply it, you literally improve, right? So I'll put this in the good section for sure. Your health. The best thing to do, the fastest way to rank up, the easiest way to get better is by fixing your health, specifically your sleep, okay? You can go ahead and do more, but literally just by having a good night's sleep of like 8 hours, you will instantly perform at your best and perhaps get like a new peak, right? And all you need to do is literally just sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time with a minimum of 8 hours of sleep. That's it. Try getting some sunlight, maybe drinking more water. That's gonna help you a lot as well. And if you do that, your current peak is gonna become your normal elo. It's gonna become like your normal gameplay, and you'll get a new peak pretty much instantly, right? So health is a booster for sure. Last but not least, watching guides. Similar to tournaments, if you watch guides, you will see results, right? But this one is kind of tricky because it's all dependent on you. So if you don't actually implement what you learned, then there is no results and it ends up like becoming a waste of time, right? Just like the entertainment videos. That's why with my videos, I'm very big on telling you exactly what to do and giving you like actionable steps, because that's how I can help you the most, and then the rest is all up to you, you know. Some guides can literally be boosters that give you like a click or like a aha moment, you know, those moments of like, oh, that's how you do it, and that end up like making you go up by like 100 or like 200 elo in literally one sitting, you know what I mean? But it's very rare for that to happen, although there's a lot of people in my comments that have got that from my videos. So I guess it depends on the video and the player as well, I guess, you know. So it's kind of weird, right? But yeah, anyway, guides can be boosters, or at least like they will give you an idea of like what to do, which is very helpful. So they can either be boosters or they will go to like the good section. Okay.
Anyway, if you made it this far of the video, thank you so much for watching. What was I gonna say? Yeah, get my coaching, give me your money. And subscribe, man, bro. If you're liking the content, fucking sub, bro. I'm getting like 12k views on average, you know, like 10k views on my videos, and I have only like 3k subs, like 4k subs. What are you fucking doing? You're watching the content and you're not subbed, bro. Fucking subscribe, bro. Anyway, can't believe I'm becoming a YouTuber, bro. Holy shit. All right, take care, bro. Have a good one.